Right, hello and welcome to the Thursday Night Delight, the Thin Long podcast. My name is Shane Harris, rocking the beautiful brand new Justin Tucker colour rush jersey. Above me is our beautiful baby Hope. To my right, he's fucking eating again, is Mr. Perrins. And to the top left, the beautiful Mr. Oliver Butler Henderson. Gentlemen, how are we doing on this fine, little tiny bit chilly Thursday evening?
Mate, I've just been chasing kids around a football pitch, so I'm cold.
It's getting cold, isn't it? Just got back from the wonderful Bath Christmas markets.
Oh yeah,
and I got to admit, I think this is the quickest we've ever sworn on a show on.
Sorry, I was thinking about my New Jersey.
I mean, talk about the 9 o'clock watch shed. I know we were a bit late, but we weren't that late.
Got us a slap on the wrist for now. So what did you buy anything in the market for Christmas there, Baby Hope?
I bought a hot chocolate and it cost me $3.80. Bought a mulled wine for my dad. That cost £5. And then we were going there to eat, but everything was so expensive. We decided to go somewhere else. So we went to Five Guys, which is just as overpriced.
I got some McDonald's vouchers if I can help you out.
Ollie, so did you say you went into Five Guys?
Yes.
Hey!
Not even touching that one.
That's what Ollie said.
Right, can we roll on to the snooze fest that was Monday Night Football?
Kicker got his pay this week, didn't he?
I mean, we did. We got the Josh Dobbs that we all thought we were going to get at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Not the one that's been, this week.
Yes. Don't quite know what happened there.
I do. He threw 4 interceptions.
Yeah, the pastronaut was passing to the other side.
He went from the pastronaut to the astronaut.
Very clever. He's on form tonight. Are we 4 minutes in?
That's easy for Mr. Hope to say. Not even 4 minutes, 3 minutes in. Hey, yeah, it wasn't an advert for the game, wasn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong. Defensively, there was some really, really good defensive plays on it, and the touchdown was a good touchdown drive by Josh Dobbs himself, but it wasn't the best game in the league at all. When you've got Justin Fields leading the passing rate with 217 and also leading the rushing of 59 rushes, that says everything.
Yeah.
With Justin Fields' quality, like I said in the group chat, if he went to a decent side, he could definitely do a job. If he went to a side like, as I previously mentioned, if he went to the Pats, he'd bring him up a couple of levels. If he went to the Raiders, he'd bring him up a couple of levels. If he went to the Saints, the Packers, anywhere that's not the top upper echelon of the NFL, he would definitely do a better job than 74% of the quarterbacks in this league. But there's only one person on the roster of any team that would do a better job than 75% of the quarterbacks in this league. Mr. Perrins.
Bum, 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 bum.
You know him, Mr. Gardner Minshew himself. Sorry, gentlemen, had to name drop the icon there.
It's funny you talk about Justin Fields moving sides, because today, actually, on Twitter, I saw a rumor that Justin Fields might be going up north to the Seattle Seahawks Chickens.
Well, I mean, if Madden goes, if Madden tells me anything, because if you, I think I actually might just start posting like my Madden results on Twitter actually. So in my franchise mode, there's been some unprecedented moves.
Same here.
Where the Las Vegas Raiders traded for Justin Fields. Now I don't know what the capital was. I just saw that he moved. And in the AFC in my franchise mode, the Raiders are currently 10-1. So they're actually top of the AFC, and like the
Chiefs. Who's he throwing to? I did mention to you that connection with him and Devontae would be fire, but Devontae's gone somewhere else, Philip, hasn't he?
Devontae's in San Francisco, which is insane because Ayuk's kind of like out for a while because he's broken his arm. So yeah, I managed to get some really good. I've got Devontae Adams. I don't know, Michael Mayer, Hunter Renfro. I mean, he's
Myers?
Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
Me and Ollie have always been saying he has the potential to be a WR1. I mean,
All
on
day
mine, Mahomes has gone to the Rams, and the Patriots have gone out and got Mr. Derek Carr.
Hello
Wow,
there,
Callum.
Callum.
Hello, Callum.
So my take on Justin Fields is the Bears will be taking one of the top quarterbacks in this draft
Yes,
next year.
Wow.
but it
Justin
won't be
Fields
Caleb
is
Williams.
Drake May.
Yeah,
Justin Fields hasn't evolved enough to warrant them going, right, yeah, this is a guy for the future. He just hasn't developed enough, We look at Trevor Lawrence, yes, take out that first year, but his second year was remarkably better. His third year is still better than any of the other third-year rookies out there at the moment.
Yeah.
Probably still better than the majority of the league at the moment.
yeah.
Trey
I
Lance
think
has fallen out of
sorry.
the league. Zach
Yeah,
Wilson has pretty much there or thereabouts out of the league. Mac has deteriorated because of the situation he is. And then Justin Fields is in, yes, he's in Chicago. He's had same head coach for a couple of years now. He's had the same offensive coordinator for a couple of years. He's been given targets. He hasn't evolved. He is not a franchise quarterback. Baby.
So just thinking about this, first off, I think we all agree Eberflus has to go.
Yep.
But say they do take a quarterback with one of their two picks that are going to be pretty high. Do they go Drake Mayer, who's more of a pocket passer, or do they go for a sort of Justin Fields like quarterback because they already have the offense, so they could take a Jaden Daniels and
I was
run
about
a
to say
similar
you talk
offense.
about the LSU dude. Yeah.
But you know, I'm really high on Jaden Daniels, and I'm banging the drum very loudly for him to win the Heisman because
Yes,
he
He is
deserves to.
my QB1 in the board.
So I would like to see him go somewhere where he can succeed, and I feel like Chicago is a place on the up. DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney,
Cole Kmet.
and some decent running backs, and Cole Kmet.
Mr. Perrin.
Phil, what's your view on this?
I mean, I tell you what would be a really good straight swap. Garoppolo going to the Bears and Fields going to the Raiders, because I think Garoppolo, like as much as we give him crap, and rightfully so, I think the way that the Bears are set up is for more of a pocket passing quarterback, whilst Justin Fields likes to play a little bit like a Lamar. And that's not a shade against Lamar. I think Lamar's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this season. I think it's been amazing. But I would actually love to see Justin go to the Raiders, because I do think there's going to be a lot of upheaval in the Raiders next year if we're in a different organization. And I think maybe, Jimmy Garoppolo's got no future in Las Vegas, other than if he likes to go to, unlimited amount of parties and strip joints. So Justin Fields to the Raiders.
Just quickly, Mr. Perrin, Slim Shady wants to know when you're coming back.
I'll be coming back soon.
He never left.
And then he's putting his hand up.
Yeah, because that's what we do on the show, because we're polite.
Yes.
Shane?
Moving on slowly from the Bears, where does this leave Minnesota now? They're 6-6, and their next game, ironically enough, is against the Raiders. So where does this leave them for the rest of the season?
They
I
will
think
be
it
7-6.
Yeah, I think it was a poor game. They'll get over it, and I still think they'll sneak in the back door of the playoffs with a 6th or 7th seed.
Let's not forget, Josh Dobbs has only been with that team 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And he's 2-1 as starter with He's not 2-2 as starter. He's not. 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah, he's 2-2 as starter, which is better. Which is a better record than he had at Arizona.
Yeah, but he's got better players. Plus, JJ's coming back, which is massive.
Exactly. Why are we letting Aaron Rodgers, or why are New York letting Aaron Rodgers contemplate playing?
Yeah, this one baffles me. I know they don't have a first-round pick next year. Is that correct?
Yes.
So maybe it's just to spite the Packers,
Get their money's worth, expect.
or like get a good connection with Wilson et al. Ready for next season.
Maybe. I think it's really stupid, really, really stupid. They are risking he is risking itself. Are we now thinking it wasn't that bad of an Achilles rupture, tear, whatever it is, or is he just that unhuman?
Well, can I give a third option?
Yep.
They're opening the practice window. Number one, it doesn't mean he's going to practice. They have 21 days. If they don't, he can't play for the rest of the season.
Yep.
Number two, just because he's practicing doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play.
True. New York
And
New York do have a pick at the moment next year.
Number three, maybe he's just gonna be like there to be like an on-field coach sort of thing.
Or
Possibly.
what no one's thought about is comeback of the year award.
Okay.
Because let's think. I mean, all right, Damar Hamlin, in all seriousness, probably warrants the award. But what people don't forget about Damar Hamlin is that he's not very good to begin with, and he probably would have been cut by the Bills in the offseason regardless of what happened.
But on the bright side, he has made a tackle now.
But if
what are you doing to you?
No, I'm just saying. I think it's because I'm listening to a lot of Barry recently, and Barry spits facts.
I know.
And I agree. If Damar Hamlin hadn't had what happened on the field, he probably would have been cut because he's not very good. Anyway, but if Aaron Rodgers comes onto the field and throws or just goes for one series or just a snap or a handoff, does Aaron Rodgers legitimately become comeback player of the year within the season?
No. I know, but Barry from down the pub sounds quite knowledgeable.
I thought he was on about Barry White or something like that.
But I think with this Rodgers situation, I think with him, as it is with, I'm not sure if it's a man thing or an athlete thing or a bit of both. I think it comes down to ego. I came back from this injury. I'm going to lead this offense. I'm Aaron Rodgers. Do you know what I mean? Some people have been doing it for long enough. They're not willing to sort of take off the rose-tinted shades and be like, maybe I'm slowing down. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe my body's falling apart. I think it's idiotic for the Jets to even contemplate bringing him back this year. They won't even qualify for the playoffs. So what is the point? Are they doing it to please the fans, to give the fans, give the fans value for money for their season tickets? I don't know why they're doing it, but either way, I think it's a bad decision.
I kind of understand where Ollie is going at. Where he's gone, it is to get reps with Garrett Wilson, Lazard, Cobb, which they've already got reps with, Conklin, and all those kind of guys, the punt returner and the other first rookie this year. I can't remember the top of the name. They were both on Hard Knocks. They're both collected.
Xavier somebody else.
Xavier Gibbs, and I want to say Blackmore, but I may be wrong. To get more reps and get used to them going, right, okay, we've got a head start. I guarantee you he will go to them, right, we're going to go down to Tampa in the off-season. We're going to throw some balls. We're going to get some routes going. We're going to get this down. And you'll see New York come back and go where they should be this season, which is near or thereabouts.
And New England will be bottom of the division.
Well, we all are already, so it doesn't matter. You can't throw any shade at me, my friend, anymore.
Just out of interest, have you watched that video that Shane put in the chat earlier, where Jabril Peppers says to Saquon Barkley, "You're lucky we're ass."
You what? You what?
So Saquon Barkley goes up to Jabril Peppers, and Jabril Peppers literally says to him, "You're lucky we're ass."
Maybe hope is like the only person I can sort of compare your bitterness to when it comes to the Pats is my buddy Mr. Perrin's bitterness when it comes to Alex Ferguson. It seems to me, I would say Bill ruined your childhood, but you weren't born when he was successful.
Don't get him started, please.
I was born in 1998.
I just forget that sometimes.
They won
So
their
you're
first
10 years.
They won their first Super Bowl in 01.
In which case, you were 3 years old. So Bill did
Okay.
ruin your childhood. In which case,
One player possibly coming back. One player probably not going to come back anymore. Deshaun Jackson is hanging up his cleats after 15 years in the NFL. The former second-round pick in 2008 and Super Bowl champion winning wide receiver has called it a day. He's going to retire as an Eagle,
Great player.
where he spent majority of his career at, to be fair.
Great
he-
player.
Yeah, he's always had that deep threat.
So quick.
I mean, he spent a season at yours, Mr. Perrins. Not Mr. Perrins, Mr. Harris.
he did. Yeah, he played for us last season. He done a job for us last season. But then again, saying now the janitor does a job for us as well. You know what I mean? And but I digress. Yeah, he wasn't too bad. Fair play to him. I wish him all the best in his retirement.
And
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, he made a cameo on one of our favourite shows, Mr. Butler Henderson.
He did indeed. He was on All American, I want to say season 3.
Season 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah. 641 receptions for 11,263 yards, 58 touchdowns, just over 1,300 receiving return yards, and 4 return touchdowns. The 3-time Pro Bowler, second team All Pro, 2 times first team All American, and All Pac-10 at college. He was very, very talented.
Which college did he go to?
University of California. So Caleb Williams College.
USC.
Yep. So yeah, he is a very, very good, and he's also a native Californian. So I'm not surprised he went to the Rams in 2021 either. Very, very good player. We have some flexing news.
Not the Minshew Mania kind. Not the Minshew Mania kind.
Definitely not Baby Hope. Definitely not Baby Hope type flexing. Eagles Seahawks week 15 has been flexed to Monday Night Football. So December 19th at 1:20 in the morning. That means, thank God, the Patriots aren't going to get smashed at stupid o'clock in the morning by the Chiefs. That means my son is going to rip their big at me on Sunday night, which is even better. Being my eldest is a Chiefs fan, which is great. Ladies and gentlemen, can you remember who your players of the weeks were and rookies of the weeks? Because this is always a fun game.
Yes. Yes. I actually can.
Yes.
Because
so,
Phil nicked mine, so I had to pivot. Yeah,
go on, then.
except
Do you want to go for yours
Okay.
first then? Player of the week, mate.
my player of the week was the 49ers' very own Charvarius Ward.
Yeah.
He had
course it was.
DK Metcalf in his pocket. He made some great plays, and as I believe it was whoever the announcer was, he had to get a turkey leg, and he did get a turkey leg after the game on the field. Charvarius Ward, what a guy!
Let's keep it on the West Coast, shall we, in the Bay Area, Mr. Pete.
Yeah, I've gone for the man himself, CMC Christian McCaffrey. I'm just going to get his stats up very, very quickly because he was absolutely phenomenal in this game. He carried 9.
He won FedEx Ground Player of the Week.
He did, and he won the FedEx Ground Player of the Week, and he's about to win the third and long Player of the Week as well. 19 carries, 114 yards, averaged 6 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. He is the engine of the San Francisco 49ers. He played absolutely phenomenal.
Mr. Harris.
Pass. Genuinely forgotten. I know my rookie and my play, but I'm not so sure of my player. Do you mind filling in the gap?
Philadelphia's number 1.
Oh, Jalen Hurts, of course it was. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I can explain a bit now. Thank you for that.
I do
yeah, so-
apologise, ladies and gentlemen. We do prep. I promise you, we do prep.
True.
Well, so-
True.
We do.
Some of us prep, clearly.
Don't let the suit fool you. I am a professional, honest. Yeah, so as I said, Jalen Hurts led the Eagles to a 37-34 win over the Buffalo Bills with 18 to 31, 200 pass yards, 3 touchdowns. He was picked as well, but he also ran for 2 touchdowns as well to put the nail in the coffin for the Bills. Could this be the end of Sean McDermott and the end of the Bills season? Only time will tell. But one thing I can unbelievably tell you for certain, Jalen Hurts is my player of the week.
I mean,
Uh,
Brock Purdy won the Air Player of the Week, but
How long has it been? 21 minutes.
yeah. We've thrown a lot of shade over Green Bay's number 10 this season. We have. And look at the stats, watch the game, and this is the Jordan Love they wanted to rock up. This is the Jordan Love they wanted to take over from Aaron Rodgers. He ran 3 times for 39 yards, but he threw for 3 touchdowns for 268 yards from 32 attempts. 22 of them was completed. QBR rating, not QPR, of 90.5 and a passer rating of 125.5. Jordan Love finally had that game. And it's interesting, the Green Bay's starting quarterbacks, when they first played in their first Thanksgiving game, all threw for at least 3 touchdowns. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love all threw for 3 touchdowns and at least 280 yards. Apart from Jordan Love was 12 yards short. You got your hands up, Miss Perry. You just scratched.
No, I'm stretching. I'm in awe of this. There's very few NFL franchises that have managed to have back-to-back quarterbacks that are good in quality going forwards. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, potentially Jordan Love. I mean, Montana to Young.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually going with players that have actually won, Shane. So that's
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Maybe this year will be 3 out of 3.
Oh well, okay. Come back to me when you have a quarterback that's won a Super Bowl a lot.
A lot.
A lot. Like
Yeah.
Montana has 4, Young has 3. I mean, that's Purdy's going to have 4.
Yeah, you've been a franchise since
Brady has
1961.
6. Brady has 6.
yeah, the guy that retired a buck, that guy.
Hey,
I remember.
retired a Patriot. He came back and signed as a Patriot and retired as a Patriot.
That's a dodgy rule in mind, isn't it?
It is.
Right. Mr. Perrins, your rookie of the week, my friend.
All right. So, I mean, with a lot of our rookies of the week, and in fact, a lot of our players of the week, I know Baby picked like Charvarius Ward as a defensive unit, but like I actually want to bring highlight to Kobe Turner for the Los Angeles Rams. He plays defensive line. He was drafted this year. Now you have to take into mind that the Rams did beat the Cardinals 37-14, and this is not a good Rams team. Not a good Cardinals team. They're currently 2-4, and the Rams are currently 5-6. So it's not exactly like a battle of the best. But Kobe Turner, he 4 total tackles, 4 solo tackles. 3 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, and 2 quarterback hits, which are attributed to their tackles. I'm finding very much that the Rams have found their next defensive superstar. We'll talk about like Aaron Donald, and I think Kobe Turner is going to be really, really big going forwards. I've been impressed with him last week when I saw the highlights. I've gone back and watched him on YouTube, a couple of like his moments this season. He's looking to be a really, really good, solid foundation. A very, very young Rams team, which what pains me to say, are going to get better as the seasons progress. But I was very, very impressed with Kobe Turner.
Yeah, he's coming to be a really good player. I've seen a couple of his plays. I mean, he literally bull rushed their right guard like he was a toddler. He was literally, and I was like, "Yeah, you've been playing with Aaron Donald, my friend." We'll stay in the California area for my player of the week, rookie of the week. It is the running back sensation, which is K'Waun Williams, being out for a few weeks on IR. He had 16 carries for 143 yards. He also had 6 receptions for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's now got 9 touchdowns on the season so far in the 7 games he's played. If this guy hadn't been on IR, I think he would have been a surefire run for Rookie of the Season, Offensive Rookie of the Season. He would have ran CJ Stroud very, very close. He's a brilliant little running back. Absolutely superb, and they look like they tick so much better when he's in there. And that must really hurt you two so much.
As long as we keep beating them, I don't care.
Yeah.
Mr. Harris.
Speaking of good little running backs, the gentleman I've chosen for my Rookie of the Week, we had high hopes for him during the preseason. We thought, well, I at least thought anyway, that he was going to be the rookie of, the offensive Rookie of the Year by a country mile. He's gone off the boil a little bit, but he played really well against the Saints, that being one Bijan Robinson of the Atlanta Falcons. He rushed for a touchdown, and he caught for a touchdown as well. He rushed for 91 yards during the game. I think it's Arthur Smith and the way he coaches him. I think they're kind of holding him back a little bit. I want to see, with him put down front and center, Arthur Smith saying, "Here you go, here's the ball, unleash yourself." I can't wait to see what else he's capable of. But as I said, Bijan Robinson is my Rookie of the Week.
Before we go on to babies, I probably going to say that Arthur Smith will not be coaching Atlanta Falcons past June 20th, I think, Black Monday or something like that.
No, it'll be February.
They're 5-6, mate. They're 5-6. They got the Jets next. It could easily be 6-6.
Yeah, but Arthur Smith is holding the whole team back, not just Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, Carl Pitts, they've got one of the best tight ends in the league. They've got one of the best wide receivers in Drake London in the league. They've got one of the best running backs in the league. Yes, the quarterback situation is an issue there, but yeah, it's just a real bad off. It's a really good offense that's really badly coached and coordinated.
And don't forget, their defense isn't terrible. AJ Terrell's an absolute player.
Jesse Bates is playing really well.
Yeah. Baby, over to yours.
So this guy has become pretty much a staple in our Rookie of the Week. At least one person seems to pick him every week.
Yep.
This time, it's my turn. It is the one and only Mr. Tank Dell. He didn't have the best game. He had 5 receptions for 50 yards, 1 touchdown. But I mean, he's been so consistent every week that I just couldn't pick it this week when nobody else claimed him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hell of a player. He's a great, great player. None of us took a certain young Flower.
Should have. I really wanted to. But all he said, he was taking him, and I was like, okay, fine, you have him.
I forgot.
He did take him.
I'm going to forget about Zay Flowers.
But then again, I picked CMC on Friday morning, and then Phil took him anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
The Chargers forgot about Zay Flowers, and then look what happened.
Yeah.
Forgot about Zay. Nice.
Would you like to run VT, Baby Hope, for week 12 plays of the week?
Oh, yay!
Sure.
Puts him at the Raider 30. It's Pacheco. He gets it off to James. The flea flicker. Mahomes got him. Kelsey to the 8. Oh, that was a beautiful play.
Check the motion man. Purdy scans. There's Ayuk in the middle to the end zone, touchdown. And there it is. They go. 3rd and 9. Gino will put it up top. Twisting, what a catch! Jackson Smith and Jigba with a 5-star grab.
This thing, he had to flip his head around and catch it with one hand. That is unbelievable. You have no idea.
Ravens defense showing pressure, backing out of it on 3rd and 17. Keenan Allen, backwards pass to Eckler to get the first down.
Right, I know I should be an impartial broadcast journalist that does my research, but I hadn't seen that Jackson Smith and Jigba catch until now. Good Lord, that's not even my play of the week, but I'm voting for that. That was incredible.
To
It is
be honest,
ridiculous, isn't it?
to be honest, I was really tired on Sunday because I spent 3 hours of my 4-hour shift stacking 16 kilograms bags of flour. So I was a bit
Yes.
tired. So I had not actually seen the two plays from Sunday night.
I love
Get,
that.
get those gains, baby Hope. Get those gains.
So yeah, I took the Kansas City Chiefs flea flicker. I love a trick play. I love a trick
And
play.
I'd just like to clarify, if the Seahawks had beat the Niners, I would not have picked the Jackson Smith and Jigba catch as my favorite.
We
One
wouldn't have
of
seen
us
you
would have
again
done.
if they won.
That was it was a hell of a grab. A hell of a grab. I'm gonna start putting a bar on him taking IU plays of the week if he keeps that up. To be fair,
I think
that is
I would
bravery.
like to say about that catch that Kyle Shanahan said it surprised the whole of the offensive staff because it was meant to be a check down.
Was it?
Yeah.
So someone got it wrong then.
Yeah, what I will say about that, I mean, I'm not preempting, and I'm not going to, get on the 49er bandwagon and all that stuff that we love doing. However,
You drive that bandwagon, don't you?
I do sometimes
They drive the
directly into a
bus.
wall. But like, if I'm being really honest, the Purdy Ayuk connection is working really, really effectively well, and we've got like George Kittle and Debo's there and CMC's in there, but it seems that this season, as Purdy's becoming a lot more comfortable, and especially after the past 5 weeks, Purdy looking for Ayuk is literally his number one go-to at the moment, and it's working really well because Ayuk's on fire. Purdy's getting his groove back at the right time of the season, and I just thought throwing it into triple coverage and Ayuk taking it, knowing he's going to get absolutely smashed, still brings it in, gets the touchdown. I was really, really impressed with that. I just love Ayuk.
All I need him to do is throw the ball, give Kittle one more touchdown. Why one
Yeah.
more?
Because I bet on him to get over 5.5 touchdowns this season. He's on 5.
Do
Won't be long
not
now,
do
won't be
not throw
long.
the touchdown. Do not give Kittle the ball. Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say, so that leaves us,
on
so that leaves us with the last play that nobody's mentioned is the Chargers trick play against the Ravens. I took that. It's always nuts to watch a team make you look stupid, and that's exactly what they did to our defense. I mean, there was no chance of beating us, so they got to impress in front of their home fans. And if that's all they could do, then fine, no worries.
I think SoFi for the Chargers is like an away game for them anyway.
Shane, just out of interest, like me with Jackson Smith and Jigba, if the Chargers had beaten you, would you have picked that play?
Yeah, it's 9:05. Like, no chance.
Oh yes, right. Let's roll on to week 13 predictions, and then we'll go through the rest of the games.
Picked by Mr. Perrins this week, I believe.
I've been waiting for this bit.
Go on, Mr. Perrins. Talk us through your. I'll go for the scores at the moment. While Mr. Perrins is getting his voice ready, I can tell.
Now, when I realised that this actually was an option on the pod, that we could actually all have our own.
Yeah, I know. 2 years later, we get told.
I know. So like, I circled this on a predicted on my little calendar. So basically, the 4 games that I picked are 4 games that I think are going to be the dullest of all games, with losing teams with very little to ride on. Okay, and one game in particular I've picked because I want little baby Hope to say that the Colts are gonna win.
Oh, dog. Can I have that right, please?
All right, so the
Mate,
games that I've picked
eternity in
into
air.
game number 1, we're going to decide the winners between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. A very poor Tennessee team. I've then picked probably the most evenest game out of this list, the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. And then I thought, well, that's too exciting. We need something that's going to be more dull and dog shit. But we're going to go for the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then just to round it all off, because we haven't had enough hell already, we're going to have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Jersey Jets.
Atlanta Falcons. Ooh, New Jersey
New
Jets.
Jersey Jets.
So that's what we're going to be deciding today. How do you feel about that, baby?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're too polite to swear at you, Phil.
Yeah, because I'm at the bottom currently of the leaderboard. I thought this would be a great opportunity to maybe reverse a few fortunes of some people. No blowouts, very evenly dull games that we're going to have to talk about Monday, despite how bad they're going to be.
You've caught up quite a bit over the last 3 weeks. I'd must admit. He was in a different country. Now he's just in a different town. Literally, he's only a couple of points behind Baby Hope on 27. Mr. Hope's on 29. Shane, you're on 32 with the highest score last week of 5 out of 6. And
boy.
I'm still clinging on to my lead of 34 points. Who would like to go first on... Ollie, would you like to go first on Colts versus Titans?
So, I'm predicting Tennessee.
Look at his face.
Look at him!
You can't stand it.
Balled it!
Can't stand
Balled
it.
it! Look, here it is. Here it is. It's the ball right there. Oh,
It's a Newcastle bottle. Is that a Newcastle bowl?
it is. It is.
Of course
yeah.
it is. He probably found it in a bin, I expect.
I just like,
Yeah,
just like to say on the side, the group chat Saturday at 8 o'clock is going to be great.
Yeah, it is actually.
I'm going to be out. I'm going to be up to you, so we'll see.
Actually, yeah, I'm out as well. I'm going to get absolutely shit faced, but I'm going to be.
But
on it
yeah,
for you guys.
I'm going to have some faith in King Henry, D-Hop, and Will Levis to absolutely blitz that Colts defense.
Oh no. Oh no.
And
Phil.
I can't put my faith in Gardner Minshew.
Phil, you know those really well-made WWE like preview videos of like food
Yeah.
packages and stuff where they show before matches?
Yeah.
Yes. We should have something like that of Baby Hope saying those words in slow motion as Gardner just smashes the Titans up.
You know what? Actually, I think I might do that. I actually might do that. Yeah. I might just like get this. Yeah, I might put that together for us.
Just one more.
My way or the
You got
highway.
You got it.
Shall we go together after 3, gentlemen?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Cole.
Indianapolis Colts.
What did we for? When you're NWO?
For life. Thank you very
You
much.
got him, brother.
I generally don't think Right, I like Will Levis. I think he is going to be their quarterback for the next 5 years or so.
We're talking about the quarterback of now.
But that Tennessee team are mid at best. I mean, me and Phil have referenced it a few times when we were watching them. We were literally calling their plays from the stand.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we don't see them week in, week out. We don't have hundreds of hours worth of video to know these things. Given Will Levis has given them a little bit more excitement, has opened a little bit more up, but they are still very, very predictable.
But even if it's opening up, all he's doing really with that offense is extending plays. So he's not like it's some brand new playbook. He's just he's got that natural ability anyway. Or he's seeing things because he's also an unknown commodity this season in the NFL. But I mean, all you really need is a basic understanding of how the game works, and you can suss out that Tennessee offense like me and Ollie did. We play defense at a particular level. We understand the game, and we're sitting in the stands going, halfback draw, outside pitch. Like we literally were calling it just by their formation. So imagine what elite level sportsmen like the Baltimore Ravens did. They absolutely destroyed them. And it wasn't even funny. By the third quarter, by midway through the third quarter, it wasn't even funny. So Tennessee, you say like they're a mid team. They're 4-7. They're below mid. Like they're too good to tank, but they're not a good team. Like they are not a good team.
Yeah. Broncos against the Texans. You said this is the hardest one out of the four of us, the four games to pick, in my opinion. Shano, would you like to lead the way, please, sir?
Yes, it all depends on the fitness of one Tank Dell. Apparently yesterday he didn't practice, but today he did, so we don't know status of the game. Yes, Baby Hope, he's starting, is he?
So he did practice today, but I think another key point of this is Dalton Schultz didn't practice today.
Oh, right. Okay, I must have missed that one. In which case, I'm going for a Texans win because I think they want to get back on the horse after losing 2 games in the last 2 weeks.
I like CJ Stroud a hell of a lot. Shows what a good coaching team can do with a good rookie and a good team in general, because they are building a very, very good team in Houston. But CJ Stroud showed last week he has that rookie tendency of not quite fully understanding where to go, where to do that. They've still got some really good defensive players on that Denver side. Russell Wilson's the best I've seen Russell Wilson in 3-4 years now, easily. Sean Payton's got this team ticking over. They are playing incredibly well, so I'm going for a Denver win.
I'm also going for a Denver win, and you literally took the words out of my mouth. Sean Payton's got this team balling. I'm going Denver. Does anyone know say done? She says hi.
Oh, don't pronounce her name like that. She doesn't appreciate it. That is the real
Shady.
Shady. That is one of my year 10 girls. She is amazing.
Right, why don't we just rename this podcast to Phil? Yeah, why don't we just rename this podcast to Phil Perrin's Experience? You know, featuring guests.
No, you're my friends. You're no guest. You're my friends. Well, you crash at mine anyway, soon, Shayna. So it's not like
it's gonna happen, but trust me,
it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go Broncos as well. I just think the Broncos have got momentum at the right time of the year, and they're playing catch up now because they're going to want to try and get as close to Kansas as possible. That's kind of where I see it. Denver look really good.
Yeah. Panthers versus the Buccaneers.
Surely this one's going to be unanimous.
Go on then.
Okay, so if any of you are going for this new manager bounce thing, it's not going to work. Bryce Young's atrocious. The defense is falling apart. The Bucs are an actually okay, serviceable team with a serviceable Baker Mayfield, great wide receivers, a decent defense. I'm going Buccaneers by 2 scores minimum.
I'm gonna argue the fact that Bryce Young isn't a bad quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. He was not worthy of a number 1 pick at the moment. But you could have said that about Trevor Lawrence in his first season. He's been let down by his team, let down by the coaching, let down by the head coach, let down by the organization. But I can't see an instant fix with the interim head coach coming in straight away and going, all problems solved. I am the greatest savior, like Jeff Saturday did last year when they won their first game against Las Vegas. So I'm doubling down on the Tampa win.
I'm going to Tampa.
I was going to have some long, convoluted conversation about Undertaker in 1994 coming back from the dead, but I'll just go the same as you 3. Tampa win. I couldn't be bothered to do the research. Yeah, Undertaker for the win. Rest in peace, Bryce Young. He's not dead.
This is a lot more competitive than it should be, this game. Jets and the Falcons.
Yeah.
Who'd like to go first?
Go
on then, Mr. P.
I'll go first then.
I think the Falcons are going to win because I have to look at the quarterback situation. Yes, the Jets have a really, really good defense, but they're embarrassing on the offense. Whilst Atlanta are serviceable on both sides of the ball, And I just think Desmond Ridder actually is a better quarterback than what New Jersey have to offer at the moment. So I'm
Tim
going to go
Boyle.
Falcons.
I said Tim Boyle.
Trevor
Exactly.
Siemian.
Well, exactly.
Wil-
Ridder is better than all three of them put together. I'm sorry.
I don't. I generally think if Zach Wilson was in Atlanta, Atlanta would be better.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I just think Zach Wilson in that setup is not going to do anything. I think Zach Wilson still needs to leave. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, I 100% don't see Zach Wilson sitting at number 2 next year. I think Salah will have had enough and want to get rid of him completely.
If Salah's still in control.
I think Salah will
Exactly.
be given one more.
Because of the situation with Aaron.
Yeah.
Go on then, Mr. Hope. Fire off us next. Are you doubling down?
Yeah, I'm doubling down. We talked about the offensive weapons that Atlanta have. I mentioned AJ Terrell and Shane mentioned Jesse Bates with the defense. As Phil said, they're serviceable on both levels. Yes, I do think they're held back by their head coach, but I think they'll have enough to beat this Jets team. So much that they're in my acca for this week.
Mr. Harris.
You're that confident, you baby. You're putting them in your acca, are you?
Yeah.
I like to think there's a reason people listen or watch or consume this show however they choose to consume the show. Not just for our effervescent personalities and the fact that we like a chuckle or two. We also know our way around the sport that we love when it comes to good teams, bad teams, and different teams. But I think we're all on the same page with this one. We're all on the money with this one. Falcons to win. So you know what that means, as we always say on this show, get your money on the Jets.
I haven't said anything yet.
Falcons. I said it for you.
Right. We've stated how many times that the New York Jets have a Super Bowl caliber defense.
Defense. They definitely don't have a Super Bowl caliber offense.
They would if number 8 was playing. And their O-line was there. The problem is with this team is not the fact that Aaron Rodgers went down after 4th player of the week. It's the fact that they've lost 4 of their starting O-linemen. That is their issue. So they have a turnstile. You know, I think you called them a Cheeto on Monday night.
Swiss cheese O-line.
Yeah, as an O-line. So no matter who is put in there, they haven't got a hope in hell. And Atlanta do have an okay enough of a defense to cause issues. They've got great wide receivers. Alan Lazard was great wide receiver in Green Bay. Garrett Wilson is a top echelon, is a true WR1. He's a top echelon, wide receiver in this league. Randall Cobb still does a good job there. Xavier Gibson and the other young lad, they are good wide receivers. They have a good team. And then you've got the Breece Hall, the running back. It's just the fact that O-line is so bleh at the moment that they can't do anything in New York. They can't move the ball. And the only touchdown they've scored in the last God knows how many weeks now is a defensive touchdown. But I can see them turn the ball, getting turnovers against New York, against Atlanta. I just can't see them scoring on those turnovers. So I'm going to go a last-second field goal win for Atlanta. And it's going to be another 10-12 game.
One of those games.
Yeah.
So, Phil, we've got a comment from Shady saying, "How are you?" And I'm assuming it's directed at you.
I'm presuming it is. Hello, Sade. I'm really good. Thank you very much. It's lovely to hear from you before I get to see you all again.
You wouldn't think he's looking forward to come back into it, are we?
It's going to be strange when he goes back to this happy place when they've all seen him for 5 minutes and the novelty wears off. No one will watch the show anymore.
It's the beauty of my lessons, Shano, because if you're around me all the time, 24/7, you probably find me really insufferable because, you only get to see me 1 hour, 3 times a week. Oh my God, it's like the novelty is still there.
Yeah, but you know what it's like. I feel like I'm with you all day, every day anyway.
You text me all day, every day, so shush you much.
Yeah.
I think everyone texts each other. Everyone.
Guilty.
Right.
We do
Let's have a
actually.
look.
I talk to you guys more than I talk to my family. Like, it's weird.
I thought you were going to say your wife.
Sorry, Jem, we stole him away.
There is some interesting game matchups this week. We'll forget about the ones going in Foxborough. Even though we are in colour, we are in throwback. We are in the red this week, so I'm loving that one. Lions against the
I mean-
Saints.
We all know the game of the week.
Oh, 110% the Browns versus the Rams.
Awesome, good.
Yeah, it's Sky's game. It's the American game of the week. It is your lot against the best team in football at the moment, or the number one seed team.
Purdy's revenge game. We're going into the link and we're taking the dub home.
So put some money on Philadelphia winning.
Boys,
Some-
I
some-
don't know. This is a coin flip game. I don't know.
Somehow we're favourites. We're 2.5 point favourites. Which
Yeah, I
doesn't
thought that
really
was a
make
little.
sense to me.
I thought we'd be underdogs. Like
Yeah.
I mean, even like the NFL predictions, it's very 50-50, and I'm pretty sure that we're supposed to be going into this thinking that we're going to get our asses destroyed.
Oh, yeah, it's
Debo's fired up after some of the comments that have been made. Debo's properly fired up.
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, it is game of the week. There are some other good games out there as well. I mean, I quite like the look of Arizona against Pittsburgh.
Mm.
Because every time I've watched Kyler Murray, he's looked better. He looked good. The first game he's back after injury, he looked good. Last week, he looked good and he was moving around. They're opening the playbook more and more for him there. It's not going to be long until you're going to see full free-flowing Kyler Murray running with his little legs as fast as he can carry him. But yeah, your game is undoubtedly the game that we are going to be heavily focusing on Monday night,
Hopefully
unfortunately.
with two happy fans.
Yeah, me and
It's
Shane.
very much the yeah. It's very much the Rock Austin of the NFL world at the moment. But then saying that, if Joe Burrow was fit, there'd be a cracking game on Monday night instead of a one-sided walkover
Yeah.
with the Jags and the Bengals.
Yeah, it shows how reliant some teams are on their quarterback.
Yeah.
Ain't that right,
100%.
Ali?
Which one, Bailey Zappi or Macaroni Jones?
Well,
No,
actually, well,
TB12.
the point I was trying to make was, if the Patriots had a decent quarterback and some
Decent
wide
O-line,
receivers they
decent
could
wide
actually
receivers.
catch,
Wide
The
receiver.
The
They
only
might-
thing we've got I like is is our tight end and our running
they,
backs, but
they,
we've
they
got
might have a decent chance.
an O-line worse than New York. So yeah,
What like
probably the two worst new.
instead of Cheetos, what's it? Or like what?
No, I like Shane's reference to Swiss cheese.
Quavers?
Yeah,
Quavers are the best crisps on the planet.
hey, no, Spaceman.
Not to be daft.
Yeah, I mean, there are some interesting matchups. The four of them in that we've got in predictions are interesting matchups,
Mm.
and it is a shame that Cincy don't have Joe Burrows under there because I think they would have a chance.
I
But,
do
yeah.
I do think the Browns Rams could be an interesting matchup because
I like that.
Joe Flacco is starting a quarterback for Cleveland.
Exciting.
Joe Cool is
confirmed-
back!
Is it
Hooray!
confirmed? Is it confirmed? Because last time I read that he is ready to go if DTR isn't.
I saw a tweet today saying that Joe Flacco is expected to start. I thought
Okay,
I saw that as
fair
well.
enough.
so.
Fair enough.
It's weird the Browns uniform.
It'd be interesting to see how he plays, but the Rams' offense is starting to look good. So can it be stopped by the best defense in football?
Yeah, again, the Rams, another team full of stars. Puka Nacua, Cooper Cup, Tutu Atwell as well. Yeah, I think that's going to be a really interesting matchup on Sunday.
Definitely. Yes, I like. Yeah, there's some interesting things. So
Happy
you
birthday
may have not heard today.
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Boys, who don't forget this in the card too?
It is
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, 30 years today in 1993.
Panic me, man.
Became the 30th team to be allowed into the NFL, the 30th franchise or expansion team into the NFL. Yeah, they didn't start off too great. It took them a few years to get going, shall we say? I think their first season they only had 2 wins, if I remember correctly.
I mean, they've not really had the best history. Like, the only time I actually remember them being good was when they were Saxonville and got to was it the championship game they got to?
Yeah, and then with Blake Bortles.
Yep. And
they schooled us at Wembley. Oh yes.
Yeah, and they what was it? Gilly pulled off like the deflection of the year to stop what would have been a guaranteed touchdown for them to go to the Super Bowl, which would have been absolutely crazy. I mean, they are getting there. They're almost back to where they are now. I think they're going to be a playoff team again this year, which would be the first time in their history. I think they would have made 2 playoff seasons back to back. Yeah, they are coming on like a really, really good team. Mr. Hope.
So, I can't remember what I was watching. It might have been around the NFL, but they were saying, are Jacksonville the most underrated team in the NFL right now? Because they don't get talked about like the 49ers or the Eagles or the Chiefs, but they're actually having a very, very solid season.
Yeah, they're 8-3.
Yeah.
You know, okay, yes, they got Jamal Agnew out on IR, but they've got Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones as their wide receivers. Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne is one of the best running backs in the league.
You know,
the only reason people stopped taking Jacksonville seriously was because the Niners schooled them, and the Niners are arguably the best team in football. There's no shame in losing to those. And other than that, they've been consistent and solid.
Yeah, you'll learn that. You'll learn that on Christmas, Shane.
Oh, anytime! I can't wait to do it. Let's do it, bud.
You'll learn there's no shame in losing to the Niners.
Hey, I really like their linebacker core: Josh Allen, Devin Lloyd, Forsaid, Olakunan, and Trayvon Walker. That is a hell of a linebackers core they've got there. You know, they are really, really, really good, and that doesn't even include Shaquille Quarterman as well. Who's another very good linebacker. They are building a very good, another young roster that's got a few wiser heads in there. You know, that's they're going to be there or thereabouts again this year.
I want to see them do well. Obviously, with the
most definitely,
well.
most definitely. Miss Hope, I believe you have something else you would like to mention.
Do I? I thought it was Shane that wanted to mention it.
Zach Ertz.
Yeah,
sorry, but it was me. It was me. As reported by JJ Watt of all people over the last few hours, the Arizona Cardinals and tight end Zach Ertz have mutually agreed to part ways. So he's on waivers at the moment. And I believe, according to my NFL researcher above me, Baby Hope, it would cost a team, if they wanted to pick him up, $2.2 million. Is that correct?
2.5.
2.5, sorry. 2.5 million to pick him up and have him for the rest of the season. So if there's a team out there that's in need of a good veteran tight end with a good head on his shoulders and knows what he's doing, he might be worth a punt. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing him in Baltimore, but of course I'm going to say that.
I still think he's going back to Philly, back where it all started.
Rich getting
wouldn't be
richer.
surprised.
Do you think it's really rich getting richer? I mean, Dallas Goodart's banged up as it is, but is Zach Ertz still a starting tight end? I'm not sure.
No.
As I said,
You
with
could
the
tell
offense,
that, 'cause
yeah, but with the
obviously-
offense they've got as it is, you know,
Yeah, I
he
wouldn't
doesn't need
say
to carry
it
the
is.
team.
Not with the second year Trey McBride has literally taken the seat from under him. He isn't the player he was when he was at Philadelphia. He was, and to be fair, when they played against us in the Super Bowl, he was unplayable that game. He was absolutely brilliant.
But age comes to us all, you know, and everyone loses a step now and again. But as I said, for another, what we got left? 6 games, 5-6 games of the season left. He can surely do a job for somebody.
Yeah, maybe someone like Atlanta or Dallas. Dallas, Atlanta.
Yeah, but they're good with Jake Ferguson, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're going to need a second one, don't we?
I guess.
Final bit of information before we escape for the evening.
I'm not getting
Maybe.
involved in this one. My hands are clean in this one.
Von Miller has had a warrant out for his arrest, and I believe it's to do with assaulting a pregnant woman.
His former girlfriend, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk much about it because I don't know the ins and outs.
Yeah, I mean, the story broke today, didn't it, gents? And in fact, it broke because I screenshotted it and sent it to our WhatsApp group. We don't know the ins and outs of it. It's still very, very new, as you said, baby. I mean, once some more comes of light, I'm sure that we'll discuss it. But it just feels like an unnecessary taint on the end of a great NFL player if it comes to light. I mean, I have found this year. I mean, I know last year was it last year or the year before with the Raiders situation with what's his
Year
name
before.
crashing the car.
Ruggs.
Yeah,
Henry Ruggs.
yeah.
Henry Ruggs.
I have felt like this year has caused a lot more. There's been quite a lot of like big stories around like NFL players. It's been a while since there's been as many, or it's felt as many in the season where you have a lot of players that have done some, like either assault and battery or gone off on some crazy stuff like what's his name in Las Vegas, whose name's just forgotten me
Chandler
as well.
Jones.
Chandler Jones. I thought that was quite an upsetting end as well to a stellar career, and I just think
Yep.
Von Miller's a player that I looked forward to watching. I thought he was exceptional when he played for the Broncos. He was MVP in the Super Bowl, remember? MVP
God,
Super
yeah.
Bowl winner.
Yes,
And just to see this come out, it's quite harrowing if it is, the case and he is found guilty. But yeah, it was worth mentioning him.
Definitely. And on that somber note, we try.
It's all right, we're all okay.
I've got one little thing because I wanted to mention it on Monday and I didn't. Do you know the reason for why we had the Black Friday game last week? Do you know the reason
Amazon.
why?
Was it because Amazon were trying to stop people from like shopping online? It was something to do with that.
So the
wasn't
NFL
it?
give them the Jets and said, "Go on, that should distract them all."
It's a little bit more complicated than that, but you're not far off, baby. Right? Because I thought it was really, really surreal that they got to do it because you have to think about like cultural context. Because in the UK, when it's Christmas and then Boxing Day happens, all the football happens on Boxing Day, doesn't it, Jen? Like all our football.
Yep.
Yeah.
The racing.
Well, as Americans, they love their Christmas, but Thanksgiving in their culture is much bigger. It's a much bigger event. They treat it like a bigger event.
Yeah.
So their equivalent to our Boxing Day is their Black Friday. But there was a law that was passed in the 1960s that forbid any professional sport taking place not just on that day, but also a cut-off point as well. I think it was no sports were allowed to play past 3 p.m. or something like that because they still had the college games that was still, so it basically that the NFL couldn't tread on the NCAA college games that happened either Friday night for like the high school or also Saturday with the college games as well. So that was put in place so that the NFL couldn't take away TV rights and TV coverage. But also there's a law put in place. So like in the UK, like on a Sunday, supermarkets close at 4:00 and it's usually like,
Yeah.
Yep.
it's the same thing in America as well. So Amazon, because Amazon can do whatever they want, it seems, paid $1 billion to have that game on Friday, not just to go to the NFL, but to get around a lot of legal red tape that the American Constitution put in place in the 1960s. So that game was illegal, but the Americans, or Amazon, I should say, managed to pay off the right people to get it passed.
Wow.
Just so you know.
Just
Sports
quickly,
washing.
Phil.
Yes.
On that, I read that the law was they couldn't have a game after 6 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. So I thought that was why they put it on so early.
Yes, and that's what I was getting at as well. So like the did I say 3 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. So yeah, so it had to be before a certain time. That's why
Yeah.
It was as early as this.
So
but
I thought that's what made it legal.
But yes, but also it was also I'm getting on my words there. So it doesn't mess with any of the NCAA or the NCAA stuff, but also the law that was passed in the 1960s as well. That like you're not supposed to play professional sports on that day.
Yeah.
Madness.
Anyone's
I mean,
big college sports is a big thing.
They paid a lot of money for a not great game.
$1 billion, and I think it's just to get Amazon, because Amazon now are branching out. I wouldn't be surprised in a couple of years' time if they go for something like Monday Night Football. I know Fox
Yeah.
have Monday Night Football, don't they?
ESPN.
Is it ESPN? But so Fox have Sunday night?
No, that's NBC. Fox don't have
Okay.
any prime time.
Fox don't.
No, they don't.
No.
No, they only have the Super
I
Bowl.
wouldn't be surprised going forward if this is Amazon's way of trying to get in on that, because they already have a foothold on the Premier League. They've also got they've got Thursday Night Football for now, and also they're making an alleged run for Monday Night Raw, like the WWE event. So they're one of the 4 bidders for Monday Night Raw. It's Warner Brothers, Amazon, and Disney that are after it. So they paid $1 billion to get. They paid $1 billion to get a bigger portion of their foot through the door.
Mr. Harris, quickly.
Before we go, quick round the table, yes or no? Houston Texans in the Super Bowl in the next 5 years?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And with that, take us home, Mr. BH.
Yes. We will be back on your screens on Monday at 8:30-ish. With no. I have no idea what he's doing below me. He's very scary when he does stuff like that. Yeah, we will be back on your screens 8:30 Monday night to review the games just gone. Mr. Hope, something's broken.
Just some quick news. It's not big, but the Panthers have claimed cornerback Shaquille Griffin off the waivers wires after he was waived by the Texans on Wednesday.
Oh, interesting.
We will break down all the games on Monday night. This podcast will be live on To Your Ears on Friday at 8:30. Pick it up on all your usual streaming sites that you listen to us on. As always, if you enjoyed the show, give it a like, give it a follow, recommend it to your friend. We are going to run some.
Tell everyone.
We're going to run some bits and pieces over the next couple of weeks to get you guys involved, shall we say, get you engaging a little bit more and helping us along the way. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, good night and stay safe.